Pregunta, or question. This short lesson will be about question words in Spanish. First, I'll give you the words, I'll pronounce them for you, I'll point out a couple of things, and we'll finish with the pronunciation again at the end. It can't be understated the importance of questions and social relationships as well as understanding the world. Just trying to understand a basic news article, you want to know where the events took place, who's involved, where was this, why was this important? How did this happen? Whenever we read a news article, see anything that's going on around us, we want to answer these questions: who, what, where, when, why, and how. Especially when we enter a foreign country or a foreign culture, something that's different for us. We're going to be trying to understand, man, what's going on around us? We're going to need to know how to ask these questions. Who is that? What is their relationship to you? What is happening? Why is this important? What's the background? So let's look at these question words. Pregunta, who, what, where, when, why, how many, which. In Spanish, ¿quién? ¿Qué? ¿Dónde? ¿Cuándo? ¿Por qué? ¿Cómo? ¿Cuántos? ¿Cuál? Notice each question word has an accent in it somewhere. ¿Quién? ¿Qué? ¿Dónde? ¿Cuándo? ¿Por qué? ¿Cómo? ¿Cuántos? ¿Cuál? All have an accent. Another thing that's interesting about them is if you want to take whom and make it whomever, where to wherever, all the way down as you see here, you have whomever, wherever, whenever, however, whichever. Quien quiera, donde quiera, cuando quiera, como quiera, cual quiera. You'll see that sometimes. They're not super common words, but just know that's an easy way to form them. The word ever in Spanish doesn't really exist. And quiera doesn't necessarily translate perfectly as ever. It's just the word quien quiera is whomever. You can also say for that one, quien sea, two separate words. So just know you may see those words every once in a while. And they're based off the question words quien, donde, cuando, como, and cuál. But if you add the quiera, it's whomever, wherever, whenever, however, and whichever. These two are really similar. They're pronounced the same, but they're spelled differently. ¿Por qué? The question. And then ¿por qué? The answer. Why and because. Notice ¿por qué? Has an accent over the E, and it's two separate words. ¿Por qué? And ¿por qué? is one word pushed together. It means because. How many? ¿Cuántos? This one's going to be different depending on the gender of the noun that you're asking about. How many people, how many book bags, how many books. Let's look at this. If it's libros that you're talking about, it's going to be cuántos. ¿Cuántos libros? How many books? How many book bags, though? Mochilas is feminine and plural. Mochilas. So cuántas needs to be feminine and plural. ¿Cuántos libros? ¿Cuántas mochilas? It can also be singular, like in this phrase, as soon as possible. Cuanto antes, I want to learn this as soon as possible. Quiero aprender esta información cuanto antes. This is a question that kids ask all the time in the back seat. Are we almost there yet? ¿Cuánto falta? Literally what they're asking is how much is left or how much time is remaining. ¿Cuánto tiempo falta? Notice cuánto is referring to tiempo, so it's going to be singular, cuánto tiempo, or cuánto falta, cuánto antes. But if it's plural, it has to match OS with OS, AS with AS. ¿Cuántos libros? ¿Cuántas mochilas? Or something like cuánto falta, cuánto antes. Let's look at a couple of phrases you might see these question words used in. Some of them you already know, we've already asked in previous lessons, like ¿Quién eres? Who are you? ¿Qué hora es? What time is it? ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? So we've already seen these question words already in some of the previous things. A couple of these we have not. But ¿Cómo te llamas? How do you call yourself? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? ¿Cuántos años tienes? How many years do you have? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? What is your name, or which is your name? So you've seen these already in some of these questions. ¿Quién eres? ¿Qué hora es? ¿De dónde eres? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? And let's look one last time at the pronunciation of these words. Who is ¿Quién? ¿Qué? ¿Dónde? ¿Cuándo? ¿Por qué? ¿Cómo? ¿Cuántos? ¿Cuál? Those are your question words, your preguntas.